Welcome to Tall Tales, Short Stories, and Dusty Film Cans. Enjoy a story created to inspire and ignite. Long before history flattened passion into paragraphs and turned gods into marble, there was a story too dangerous to survive untouched. This is not a tale of lovers. It's a tale of warpaint and wine, of power shared like a secret and burned like a torch. Inspired by the legendary tragedy of Antony and Cleopatra, the Falcon and the Lotus reimagines their love not as a fall, but as a rise so volcanic the world still feels the heat. Enter a world of thunderous romance, knife-edge dialogue, and empire-shattering desire. Cassian Valor, Satia Neferu. He, the fire of a dawning republic. She, the serpent queen of the sand. Together, they didn't find love. They weaponized it. And when the ashes settled, even the stars remembered their names. Welcome to the legend behind the legend. The Falcon and the Lotus, a tall tale by 11 goddess. Prologue. A tale too dangerous for truth. Before the first crown was worn, before the first sword was drawn, there was a story whispered in the dark corners of history. Not written by victors, not etched in stone, but sung in shadow where truth dared not go. This is not a tale for the careful or the cynical. This is a tale born of fire and seduction, ambition and betrayal. A tale so grand, so violently beautiful, that the world tried to bury it beneath politics and propaganda. You may know it by another name, Antony and Cleopatra, the Roman general and the Egyptian queen. But forget the scrolls. Forget the dusty translations and the neutered retellings. Forget the marble busts and dry lectures. This is not their story. This is the story they were based on. The real thing. The raw myth smuggled through centuries under lesser names, stripped of its divine chaos to make it safe for textbooks. This is a truth, or close enough to it that the gods might flinch. Cassian Valor, Satia Neferu. He, the war-born flame of a collapsing republic. She, the serpent-eyed queen of a desert kingdom older than empires. Together, they did not fall in love. They launched it, weaponized it, raised it like a banner, and burned the world for daring to doubt them. They were not lovers. They were cataclysm. And this is how it began. The Falcon and the Lotus. Chapter 1. The general arrives, wearing his doom. The sky split open the day Cassian Valor arrived. Rain lashed the marble piers of Thebes like divine punishment. Wind howled through the high columns, bending palm trees and courtiers alike. But Satia Neferu did not flinch. She stood beneath her canopy of violet silk, draped in gold-threaded linen and indifference. Her dark eyes locked on the black sails approaching from the horizon. Cassian's fleet, her war wager, her gamble, her mistake, or maybe her salvation. Behind her, advisors chattered like beetles. He's dangerous. He's volatile. He once strangled a senator with his own scroll. To which Satia said, without turning, "Good. I'm tired of men who apologize before conquering." The flagship docked, a ramp lowered, and then he appeared, Cassian Valor, 6.5 feet of sunburnt arrogance and battlefield swagger, wearing armor so polished it reflected the storm clouds. His eyes were sharp, gray, and visibly annoyed to be in a palace instead of a war. Their eyes met, and in that single glance, 5 things happened. Her pulse became a percussion section. His mouth twitched, like he knew he'd already lost the war he hadn't started. The storm paused, respectfully. Somewhere, a soothsayer dropped their wine goblet, and the future reared its head like a cobra. "You're late," Satia said, "because queens don't say hello." "You're barefoot," Cassian replied, eyes flicking downward, "and I wasn't aware I was attending a coronation in a thunderstorm." "This isn't a coronation." "No, it's an invitation to ruin." That night, he didn't sleep. Not because of fear, Cassian Valor feared nothing, but because the palace was full of her. Her scent, her laughter, her choices, printed in silk and strategy. And when Satia entered the garden where he waited, because of course she did, it was not to speak of war or treaties or how many ships she needed to burn Rome to the ground. It was just to see if he'd follow. "Why me?" he asked. "There are easier allies, richer ones not branded as traitors by half the known world." She stood inches away now. "Because I want someone who knows how to destroy the world and is arrogant enough to rebuild it for me." His breath hitched, she noticed. "You want to rule?" he asked. "I want to be adored like a goddess and feared like a storm. I want temples and taxes and poems written in blood. I want my name to survive the sun." He exhaled. "And you think I can give that to you?" Satia smiled. "No, I think you're the only man stupid enough to try." He kissed her like the empire was already ash. Stay tuned for more of the Falcon and the Lotus. Thank you for joining us.